Welcome to the Box Podcast Show, where nothing stays inside of the box. Everything must come out. Here in the box, we will discuss heartfelt, personal matters while speaking our truths. It is your choice to listen, watch, agree, or disagree. However, tolerance of disrespect on any level will not be welcomed on, off, or during airtime. If for any reason you choose to post comments or make verbal, physical threats in any manner, the appropriate measures will be taken, which could include legal matters. We respect all humans and believe in freedom of speech. B&2H Productions, thank you in advance for honoring these simple rules and hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the box, where everything in the box must come out. Because here we think outside the box without judgment. So our very first guest on the box will be no other than Colin. Welcome, dear. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Be here.
Well, thank you for accepting the invitation. So today we are speaking of loving freely. So when you hear that title, what comes to mind?
Loving freely to me really means loving without persecution, and just really being able to express yourself in whatever ways, as long as it doesn't include, harming someone else, and, just being able to do that and living your truth.
So, thank you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. Before you go into more of loving freely, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are.
Okay. So my name's Colin. Mm-hmm. I work with New York State, grew up in Rochester, went to school at John Marshall for middle school, and then attended Wilson for high school. After that, I went away to West Virginia for my first 2 years of college, and ended up finishing up at the University of Buffalo. Stayed in the Buffalo area for 10 years. And actually just recently made another move. So.
Awesome! I want the world to know that I am so proud of Colin. You. I have watched Colin from Ralph to Colin.
Right.
So yes, right. I just love who Colin has become.
Thank you.
He is this wonderful young man, and he's continuing to flourish in your career, in your personal life, and that's why I'm so honored that you accepted to be on the box.
Well, thank you.
And to share your story. You are more than welcome. So, moving right along, I want to ask you, have you always felt free to love yourself and others?
I won't say always. Mm-hmm. It was more of a struggle growing up, mm-hmm. To do that. But now in my adult years, after really coming to terms with who I was, the things that I enjoy, the things that I love, the things that I want to do, and knowing that it's okay to do those things regardless of what anyone else thinks. Now I'm in a place where I'm able to really love myself the way that I deserve, but it wasn't an easy road to get there.
Awesome. I understand.
Yeah.
I totally understand, because it was not easy for me to love myself as well. The processes that I had to go through, mm-hmm. to identify who I am.
Right.
Because it's hard to love something or someone if you don't know what it is that you're loving.
Right.
So it was hard for me to love myself until I knew who myself was. So do you mind elaborating and providing a few examples of that struggle to love yourself and getting to know who you are?
So I want to say, I'm trying to think of a specific example. There were just certain things growing up that I felt like I needed to hide about myself, from my loved ones, from friends, that now I embrace, things that I just live and I do me. And it took me a while to really get there.
Awesome. So, here's a question that you're thinking outside the box. Get ready.
About the box.
Outside the
Jump out
box.
of
You're
it.
getting out of there. You're getting out. What does a typical day look like loving yourself?
Ooh, a typical day for me. Okay, I absolutely love my career. So, going to work is not work for me. So a typical day will be going to work. After work, maybe doing a little shopping, a little retail therapy after a long day. Coming home and being able to have just complete peace and silence. I'm big into aquariums, always have been. So, watching my fish tank and just, relaxing, taking some time to myself to just be with myself and disconnect from everything else. Put the phone down, open up a book, get lost in that. Or, on Sundays, get a glass of wine.
I'll drink to that.
And to be able to to do that and to be content and to be at peace and feel whole.
Awesome. I just learned something new. I did not know about the aquarium.
No,
I did not know that.
Yes.
That has always been a love.
I've always been into animals.
Yes. Yes, I remember the snakes. I was like, oh no.
There is something about aquariums, the water, how freely water moves. It can take almost any shape. It's just peaceful to me. The sound of running water is just very calming. So
I love water as well.
I enjoy it.
I really do.
And it's really powerful as well.
It really is. Yeah. For me, who do not know how to swim, I love water, and I went jet skiing in the middle of the ocean.
Okay, how was that?
It was terrifying because I didn't think about it until I was so far out and I couldn't see land.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, wait, I can drown. Wait, there's sharks out here. Like, oh my God. I really went into a panic mode. Like, excuse me, tour guide, can you take me back, please? And they were like, no, sorry. So.
All right. But you're here.
But I'm here.
You made it.
I made it. I'm still living. I realized I was like, I can't swallow all this water.
No.
Yeah, this is, but I still love water.
Yes.
Moving on. Did you face adversity for your choice or decisions to love? And when you answer this, answer it on the work level, school, family, personal, just all around.
Okay. So, until maybe a few years ago, I always felt like I needed to answer yes to everything. When people would ask a favor of me, be it something small or large, I felt obligated to do those things. A part of, at least on the journey that I'm on, a part of loving myself really includes saying no. And it's okay to say no. And when I started to say no and became selfish with my time, my energy, my resources, some people got really upset about that. I had friends who started getting funny because I was not available to them in the ways that they were used to. I had family as well start to move a little funny for those same reasons. Like, what do you mean? No. And you'd be surprised how entitled to your things other people may feel. But when you also have to take some accountability if you've been allowing it to happen. And I was able to, take accountability and turn that so that I could focus on myself and make myself happy, because stretching myself thin wasn't it.
Amen.
And as far as work, I've never run into any issues at work on any professional level, and I think that's because the way I look at work is different than some people. I'm here to do a job. As long as we have good working relationships, that's necessary to complete the task at hand. Mm-hmm. Besides that, I don't involve my my coworkers with any part of my personal life.
Amen.
Be it something major or minor, it's really not your concern. It's not your business. And I don't share that kind of stuff. If maybe there's a death in the family or something, I disclose that information to who I need to disclose it to. And that's it. It doesn't go any further than that. I'm not reaching out to my coworkers for emotional support or anything like that. I have friends and family for that. I'm here to do a job. Let's get the job done. When I leave at 5, don't hit me up.
Doses.
That's just the reality, and that's not me being mean. That's just how I've always operated in the field, and that's how I've been able to navigate the way I have, and get to the level that I'm at right now. Because those lines, if you let those lines get blurred, it can get the waters can get very muddy.
Yes.
Very quickly, and I've watched it with other people, and that won't be me. So
for you to be so young, and I don't want to play that as something bad. Mm-hmm. It's awesome that you have that understanding now, because there's co-workers that are in their 30s and 40s that don't understand that concept. Mm-hmm. Work is work. Mm-hmm. And home is home. Personal is personal. The three should never be mixed together.
I don't think so.
Right. Mm-hmm. Keep everything in its perspective places. Yeah. And the tasks become completed in a positive way when we do that. So that's awesome that you got that so young.
Yeah.
It took me a while I have to say, in my early 20s, I didn't quite get that concept because, one, I wasn't loving myself freely. So therefore, I was seeking friendships and family and support. So wherever I can get that support, I sought it. So if it was at work and I thought that this coworker would be a great friend, I would start to confide and tell my personal information, and then it backfired. And so then I learned that you keep the two separate.
Yeah.
And you learn.
Like I said, I was able to watch those types of situations go down. And I'm like, oh no. So like, even like my friends, I tell them all the time, like, focus on your job. Of course, you do have to have good working relationships with people, be able to communicate with people, things like that. That's wonderful. We have a great work relationship. There will not be a relationship outside of work with any of you.
Right. Because I'm here to complete it. I'm let's be real, I'm here for the paycheck. Not for the friendships. I mean, to an extent.
To an extent.
Because we do love our jobs.
I love my job. I love the people that I work for. I love the people that I work with. We have, like I said, we have great working relationships, and I think everybody understands and respects those boundaries, especially when you set the precedence very early on, and then you don't run into those types of concerns or issues.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So, moving along, getting more into the meat and potatoes. When did you discover your desire to love freely?
I feel like it always was a desire. I just didn't know it. I was still lost and trying to find myself and figure out who I was, because there were so many parts of me that, subliminally and just very casually were talked down about. And these were parts of myself that I hadn't shared with anyone. And I think I was really able to zone into who I was, and the things that I needed, to be happy and really live for myself when I went away for college. I didn't have... So when I went to West Virginia, all I had there was my sister away at school. And me and her always had a very good relationship, very open relationship. We literally talk about everything. She's like a human diary for me. I share everything with her. And when I went away from school, that's when I was really able to figure out who Colin was, what Colin wanted, and being removed from family, being removed from friends that I grew up with, being removed from pretty much everything, and being stripped down to just like the bare necessities and working things out and figuring out how to develop relationships and friendships with new people. I think that all played a role in me developing and figuring out what I need from a friend, what I need from someone romantically, what I just need to survive. So I would definitely say maybe like my freshman, sophomore year of college was when I was really able to zone in into who I really was and have that level of comfort with everything.
So moving away out of your hometown, of your family, your friends, going to a no judgment zone allowed you to do some real soul searching and identify, who am I? Who am I?
Or even just, going to a place where nobody else knows me here. So I'm okay to be who I always have been, but who I've had to suppress. I'm able to be that person now because this is a new space. This is new people. They don't know me. And quite frankly, they don't care. And I was able to live and be the person that I kept buried down for so long in those moments.
You were able to love freely.
That's why, when I did go away from school, I never came back home to Rochester.
You sure did not.
Never.
Because
I was able to be me.
Yes.
The real me, the true Colin. And it hasn't been a sad day since.
That is awesome. Loving freely. Wow. That response has opened up so many more questions that unfortunately we don't have enough time on this one show to tell you all. So we're going to have a part 2. We have to have a part 2. Will you come back?
Yeah, definitely.
So that we can explore more?
Absolutely.
And we can tell the world what it really means to love freely. I just want to leave the world with this one question that we will answer when we come back to part 2. Do you think moving back to Rochester could put you in a box again? Will it suppress the Colin who we know now? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Because we're loving freely here.
Yes, we are.
So we thank you very much for tuning in to The Box, where nothing stays inside, everything must come out. So tune in for part 2, where we continue with Colin and his